Well, anyway, I just had to come on here to mention for a moment that no more well than I have felt lately. I'd say that I probably kind of got done with the power carving I'm going to do for the day and kind of come back on just to kind of detail around with a knife again. I'd say that that's probably what I've always been the most experienced with for the most time, and times are just kind of different right now. They're just working on the porch back there, and it's we no longer have our same place for power carving right now that we kind of did before. So that was just the way that that worked out for the time. And I say when it comes down to doing these little things, we've got the work to come this way, tell us about what we need to do, and I say that this little work is just kind of where we need to get rid of all this extra burning stuff that comes about it, make it so it's just going to brighten our ways, brighten our days just a little bit, see how it's going to be when we all get a little extra more work done in our hands, and how it's going to last. I say there comes this time when I think we'll kind of get rid of these burn marks from the little rotary tool. I say finally got a little of that removed. We're going to try to take all these little bits and burns away to try to make it so it's going to come out as a much better little Santa Claus here. And I say that there's probably just some little work comes and goes here and there. I do think sometimes there's been little steps that I might have already should have practiced on before coming online to demonstrate them, but I'd say that they're gonna come their way right along eventually. I mean, I tell y'all that just get a little tired at night sometimes and during the day. Sometimes even in the summertime when you're not really going to work at a job, you can just get a little overworked because you're doing a lot at home and doing a lot with your wood, and I'd say it just kind of gives me a little extra time just to do a little crafting here and there. Be so nice to be able to work from home all the time and try to see how the work is going to be. And this time around, we've kind of made it so we come down to where we are carving to the end. And I say that there's little things are going to be changing in life. As soon as I get back to work in August, maybe be back around the Clouds Coffee House some. It gets hard to go into the daytime these days because that's the time of day when I kind of rest from the night before, and I'd say, just getting out at night has been more of a thing lately because it's been a time when I have been so much away from work that not had to get up in the morning. And when you don't have to get up in the morning, it kind of gets to where, you get to sleep a little late in the day. stay up a little later at night. So, as for how we've come along here, I've got this little work done into this fella. Make it so we're just going to drive it away. Get rid of all these little burns in the wood. Make it so this little Santa is going to come along its right way. I say a little time in what we all do is just a little ways we work, make things go about what they're supposed to be. I say, and oh, little work ways we do, oh, the things we do, I say, and finally come along and things are going to get better, easier, brighter. I say, there's just this work we do along this. Think we're going to do it on the other one. Think the only thing that's probably going to need to be power carved still would probably be where we make this line around here and make the hem out. But I think we're going to go ahead, try to do a little work along here to make it so this one is going to be in the best shape it needs to be. And then it always makes me think back on some Santas I had so many years ago that I carved. There's a lot of them, I'd say by now they've already been sold. I've been so happy to get them sold. And this is a little moment when, just for your own personal style, you kind of make some more. These are kind of like the ones I started out carving and ones I'm most comfortable making, so they're just not my own pattern, but one way I like to go about it is like this. Don't know what kind of faces I'm gonna put on these ones yet, but it's going to be some work to come along in its very own way and in its own very own time, I say, to work like this and to be like this. I say, takes a little time and effort and energy, you know. I say for this time, we're going to get away from things, make things seem like they're going to get the wrong way, come to us later, sooner or later, make it so we're going to see a little ways to do with all the things we see and make and know, and all the world we just brighten ourselves up, and so we work our ways, work our deeds, work about this in the way that we always just see so fit for us, and kind of come down to times when we're not going to know what we'll do in the future, but all the things are going to be what they're going to be. I say that in our lives we've taken things to another limit of two, and then I say things will be what they'll be when we go along further with it. There's a lot of times I don't know what to say or what to think, but we're going to get rid of this little markety burn here. We're going to get rid of this little place where it's meeting with the hood. Oh, and always know one thing, that I've had a few people to comment now and then telling me how much they appreciate my work, but and enjoy seeing it, enjoy seeing me make it and all, but that's always the advantage of coming on and hearing all the good things we hear. You know, I say that this is the time when we make our way about it, come along and see how we've gotten the heads in these things. Got a little itchy eyed there. I had to take a moment away. But I'd say for this work, we've gotten it to come pretty far. Can't wait to make more, see more, show how a little more is going to come out here and there. But I know one thing for sure, that this is just the work we see come in our hands, make Santa Claus the best he's gonna ever hope to be, and then see how he's going to be brighter days, brighter ways, brighter nights, all things we see and do, you know. It's just, we kind of got around to rounding off the hood on this. I think we'll get around to rounding off the ruffle on this one too. Take it so it's going to be a shiny new star. Oh, the shiny star that Earth, Wind, and Fire sings about. I say, we've got a little ways to do. We have our ways. And so, we finally get around to it here. Do think I'm gonna bring a stop here. Try to come back and maybe do a couple of similar steps on these ones from the genuine mahogany, like I've already done with the African mahogany here, and hope to come back on and see you soon. Thanks for watching.